Nancy knows more about Barry's death than we actually think, and I'm going to tell you why. Do y'all remember the conversations that she's been having with her husband Richard? In almost every scene that she has, she's telling Richard Barry is dead, and I know it. Did Nancy see something? Or did Nancy do something? We're going to dive into all of Nancy's personalities, and I'm going to tell you that those drugs that's dancing around in her system may have enhanced or awakened the personalities that were already there. Let's start with this episode 4 synopsis titled Coming Clean. It reads, Priscilla takes extreme measures to make it clear to Sam that she is done with him. Nancy shares a truth about her past with Richard that he isn't prepared to hear. Now, this video has a heavy focus on the latter part of the synopsis. Nancy shares a truth about her past with Richard that he isn't prepared to hear. Now, we know that Richard's dad will soon be joining the cast sometime this season, and we already know that the big news there was that she had an affair with Richard's father, and we found out that the fruit from that affair was a kid named Picky, who suddenly went from being Richard's nephew to his half-brother, just like that. But for some reason, I think that this big news, this new truth that she's going to share may have everything to do with Barry this time. If she ain't telling Richard that Barry is also his brother and not his son, then the other thing that would be equally as shocking is that Barry is laying on his cooling board because of her and her alone. Now, the highest has already admitted to killing Barry. We know this. And Nancy has always blamed herself for Callie being held captive by the Rackadushis, so she took it upon herself to go there to look for Barry. Now, how the raccoon caught up with Barry is beyond me. That had to have happened off camera. But nonetheless, Nancy done got caught up and can't get her son off of her mind. Even with all the drugging that she's been doing, Barry is still the topic of her conversations. Now, in her latest conversation with Richard, right before she tried to do that handstand on the hospital bed, she was telling Richard about the infamous magic dust that the highest tends to blow in your face, you know, right before he does something stupid, right? Now, this is a picture a long time ago of Barry shooting, right before the Rackadushis took him back home as a warning to Richard to stay off of their land. Now, this time they allowed him to keep breathing and to spare his life, but not this time. As soon as Nancy talked about the magic dust while she was in the hospital, she said, Barry's dead. I know he is. Did the highest make her take Barry out, or did she witness them taking him out? Because not only is Nancy high, but she appears to have also suffered some type of trauma. Otherwise, how does she know that Barry is dead? She keeps saying this over and over and over again. Now, unless Elder Mother gave Nancy something to make her think that she's Miss Cleo and have some sort of clairvoyant energy, it's either that or she has seen Barry leave Earth. Otherwise, how does she know this? And just so the Rackadushis can keep their hands clean, he probably forced Nancy's hand to kill her own son so that they wouldn't get blamed for it. And initially, from the very beginning, we've always seen Nancy as the wife of the butler, right? None-suspecting, non-threatening, kind, want to cook for everybody, level-headed mother and doting wife. But the layers are slowly peeling back on this character, and we've discovered that she dropped it low and sprayed it wide for Richard's dad. She smokes weed from time to time, and she pretty much is ushering Sharon into prostitution with the president. So Nancy ain't so innocent like her character has made her out to be. I mean, after all, she did keep a secret for over 25 years. So these are just my thoughts on what Nancy's secret could be and what I think she's going to reveal to Richard in the upcoming episode, episode 4 of The Oval. And am I reaching, or do you think that my theory may be on point? Drop me your comments and your theories below, and while you're down there, share this video and give it a thumbs up. You know I'd appreciate it. And if you're a fan of Tyler Perry's The Oval, go ahead and sub to this channel for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys, and I'm going to see you on the next one.